We're creating the spiritual successor to Social Empires, one of the most popular titles from the golden age of Facebook games. But what's actually happening with the development right now? Well, a lot has happened over the last few months. We've been sharing a prototype with our Discord community, completely revamping the art style, and several topics have come up that we really need to chat about in this video. But before we dive in, we want to clear something up. It's been quite a while since our last update. This wasn't because we weren't working, quite the opposite in fact. We've been so deep into development that we simply didn't have the time to produce videos. We're going to be just as busy over the next few months, but the plan is to fully resume content creation soon. As some of you know, we planned to release the prototype late last year, but we ended up pushing it to the beginning of this year. It wasn't until March that we held our first closed events on Discord to share it with the community. So the prototype is ready, and in fact, you're looking at it right now. If you want to try it out, you'll need to join our group through the link in the pinned comment and wait for the next giveaway. But heads up, it is extremely important to understand that what you are about to play is an early prototype. This means it's a bare bones version. It has bugs, it's missing a ton of content, and it uses all art assets that we are going to completely redo. However, it serves its purpose. It gives you an idea of the core gameplay we're aiming for and shows what we've been working on lately. Also, keep in mind this is a fixed version. We won't be adding new features to it. At most, we might release an update for bug fixes or unit balancing, but honestly, our time is better spent working on the actual game rather than polishing this old build. And remember, what you are seeing here does not represent the quality of the final product. On another note, I want to clarify that our intention isn't to make a remake. Not just because we don't own the Social Empires license, but because we want to create a game with its own identity. For those who want to play the exact same original title, there's already a preservation project on GitHub. I even made a tutorial for it that still works. But for those who want that same classic gameplay adapted to modern times, Social Kingdoms aims to carry on that legacy by capturing its essence and taking it even further. We're adding new modes, more characters, skins, lore, and a massive amount of new content. So no, it won't be the same game, but it will be exactly the same type of game. If you enjoyed Social Empire back in the day, believe me, the final version of Social Kingdoms is going to blow your mind. It will be a top tier experience. At the very least, you got to give it a shot when we hit early access. Regarding the art, when we showed the visual style developed for the 2024 prototype, many of you liked it, but others felt it wasn't quite there yet. After listening to your feedback, we decided to redesign the art from the ground up. We're not just significantly increasing the quality, we're also changing the perspective and the character designs. If you look closely, the previous camera was a front-facing top-down style, similar to older Pokémon games. Now, we're migrating to an isometric view, just like the original Social Empires, and we're switching the unit animations to a skeletal bone-based system for much better performance. This brings us to a design that feels familiar yet modern with stylized and big-headed characters that aren't too childish. Plus, the environment and buildings will be stylized, slightly more desaturated and cleaner, so they contrast better with the units. We all want that classic feel back, but as we've said before, infringing on copyright is not an option. We can take inspiration, yes, but we won't plagiarize. But who knows, if the project goes well, maybe we could even do an official collaboration with Social Point, no? To wrap up this point, nostalgia can sometimes be a double-edged sword. It's a bit unfair to compare our design to Social Empires because nostalgia makes opinions less than 100% objective. We believe you shouldn't compare them. You should enjoy them both, as they are both epic in their own way. For those asking when is the game coming out, we don't have an official release date yet, but we are certain it won't be this year. We've always said the estimated window is between 2025 and 2027, and we think we could realistically launch something next year. But again, these are just estimates. If there's one thing we've learned is that game development is incredibly difficult, time-consuming, and above all, very easy to underestimate. Let's be real. The market is full of games that fail because they rush to meet a deadline regardless of quality. Titles like No Man's Sky, Cyberpunk, Assassin's Creed Unity, and many others took a massive hit by launching too early, and we don't want that to happen to us. This doesn't mean we're moving slowly. It just means we won't set a hard date until we're 100% sure. Additionally, the first version will launch with only 2 game modes, the Adventure map and PvP. We're still working on the roadmap, but the idea is to nail the essentials first and then release content expansions over time. Bottom line, many games fail or launch broken because they are tied to a date. We want to take the time necessary to make a polished game that lives up to the hype. You'll have to wait a bit, sure, but as we always say, it will be totally worth it. Another crucial point is investment. As you might remember back in 2025, we told you we'd start looking for capital to fund development, and we did. But after talking to the first potential investors, we realized we weren't quite ready to raise capital yet. They told us we needed to strengthen our team and bring on an experienced technical director. And that's where Damián comes in, the new co-founder of this project.
Hi, my name is Damián Santos, and I'm the technical director of Social Kingdoms. I'm a computer engineer with over 20 years of experience in software development. In 2010, I founded Sensis, a tech company based in Argentina, and in recent years, I've been mainly focused on the video game industry. I was also the CTO at GameStation, the company behind Grow Empire Rome, a game that reached over 50 million downloads. I joined this project almost a year ago, and I'm truly happy and excited about what we are building together with Mystic and the rest of the team. We truly believe that Social Kingdoms will be a success, and we are doing everything necessary to make that happen. Thank you very much for your support, and I leave you back with Mystic.
Now we're on the right track. Damián was the missing piece we needed, and thanks to him, we are now ready to jump back into the investment search. But you might wonder, why do we even need capital? That's a fair question. Currently, we aren't getting paid, and the developers work whenever their free time allows. It's not just that capital would let us move faster, it's that if we want to make a game of this caliber, we can only do it with a full-time dedicated team. Maybe we could make something smaller without funding, but it wouldn't hit the quality standards we're aiming for, and we believe Social Empires deserves a truly worthy spiritual successor. Other perks of securing investment include marketing so the community grows and the game stays alive, covering legal fees, and having resources to negotiate a collaboration with Social Point I mentioned before. In short, getting investment is a huge step towards scaling the project in every way. To wrap things up, let's do a quick recap of our journey. In August 2020, Social Empires Reborn was born with the idea of asking Social Point to do something with their IP. 2022, we contacted them, and after some talks, we decided to make our own title, Social Kingdoms. 2023, we formed our internal team and planned the development. 2024, we developed the first experimental prototype and began looking for capital. 2025, we got feedback from investors and started building a new version. Now, 2026, with the new prototype receiving feedback and a solid team in place, we are ready to secure investment this year. What follows now is the transition to the development of the final version. The work we did on the prototype isn't fully reusable because of the art style change, but don't worry, we are already starting definitive development. The next version we share will be a new demo of the adventure mode, this time final and with a very high level of polish. After that, the next step is the alpha version. Once we secure the investment and settle our schedules, we'll start uploading a ton of cool content. Devlogs, art previews, events, trailers, top lists, guides, and more. So subscribe and hit the bell because big things are coming. Before we finish, we just wanted to mention 2 things. We've redesigned our website and added a blog section. Make sure to check it out. And for those who complete the prototype and want to help us, you can share your experience and feedback through a form. For now, you need to request a link in our Discord. That's all for today. Thank you all so much for the support you're giving the project. We can really feel the hype, and it's thanks to you that we're going to reach our goal. Have faith and trust the process. This is only the beginning.